Versatile Mage. Chapter 99. Safe Passage. Mo Fan glanced at Hiyu, who was choking with emotions as she cried, and couldn't help but sigh. Xiaoke was also a water magician. She had also grasped the second level of water barrier. However, when facing a magical beast, Hiyu was no different from a normal girl and was unable to cast a spell. If the other people within the squad were like that, then more people would die the next time they encountered magical beasts. At the moment, Mo Fan didn't know just how many would lose their lives. He could only force himself to advance along this road. Since Mr. Zhu wants me to lead this squad, then I hope everyone will keep in mind what I said. We may not smoothly arrive at the safety shelters, but at the very least, we will be able to prevent unnecessary deaths, Mo Fan said, looking as though he had lost his spirit. This vanguard squad had viewed magical beasts too simply. The ones in the practicals were just for practice. Before the spirit wolf had gone berserk, it had not intended to kill the students. Genuine magical beasts were definitely not like this. They would use any and all methods to kill humans, and even if they knew they would die, they would still use their last remaining strength to drag one more person down with them. Magical beasts lived in an environment where they killed each other and understood very well the techniques to kill others. The primary magical beasts we will be facing are of two kinds: colossal-eyed ape rats and one-eyed magic wolves. Colossal-eyed ape rats can be considered easier to deal with. The scary ones are one-eyed magic wolves. Their cruelty and slyness are far above that of colossal-eyed ape rats. If we happen to encounter 3 or more one-eyed magic wolves, then don't hesitate, split up and escape by yourselves. If luck is on our side, then only 3 of us will die. If we don't run, then everyone will die, Mo Fan said resolutely and decisively. The truth was, if 2 one-eyed magic wolves appeared at the same time, that would be enough to bring a life-threatening blow to this vanguard squad. Currently, Mo Fan only wished to let his classmates understand that the dread of magical beasts was thousands of times scarier than what was described in class. This was no longer practice, nor a simple practical. This was a battle that involved life and death. If you win, you live. If you lose, you die. Zhu Zhaoting, Wang Sanpang, Zhuman, Mu Bai, Zhao Kunsen, Zhang Xiaoho, Hiyu, Zhang Shuhua, and Zhu Musheng were all looking at Mo Fan attentively. The reminder Mo Fan had given them was meant to help everyone avoid casualties their first time out. While they were listening to him, they were also thinking to themselves, why was Mo Fan, a third-year high school student just like them, so much sharper than everyone else? Mo Fan told everyone about the common mistakes they could make, such as the foolish action by Wang Sanpang. Never approach any magical beast that looks dead, because it may use its last remaining strength to drag you down with it. Monkey, you're responsible for finding the path. Execute this cautiously, Mo Fan warned Zhang Xiaoho. Zhang Xiaoho nodded repeatedly. He would listen to everything Mo Fan said. Mu Bai, prepare your ice spread at all times. Remember that your ice spread is currently to be used to protect everyone. Don't count on freezing the faster magical beasts, Mo Fan instructed. Mu Bai creased his brow. He wanted to say something but ended up swallowing those words. He had a huge prejudice against Mo Fan. However, compared to the lives of everyone, including his own, that prejudice was indeed insignificant. He nodded his head to show he understood how to use ice spread. After Mo Fan quickly explained things to everyone, he took a deep breath. In fact, he himself did not know whether they would be able to safely pass through this 3-kilometer-long road of death. He just hoped everyone's luck would be good and they would not encounter 3 one-eyed magic wolves at the same time. The squad continued to advance. They encountered no other magical beasts along this 1-kilometer-long main street. However, they did find a few old people within the residential buildings who had been unable to retreat to the safety shelters in time. The vanguard squad was unable to escort any civilians, so Zhu Musheng could only tell these old people to follow the main group once they arrived, or else they would truly be in danger. Practically every road was blocked. Occasionally, They saw people making a vain attempt to drive to the safety shelters, only to abandon the cars along the blocked roads and switch to walking. Seeing the people on the road, Zhu Musheng and Zhuman told them to first find a place to hide and wait for the main group. After traversing the main street, they quickly arrived at the Mingyuan district. The Mingyuan district could be considered relatively high-end in Bo City, with buildings equipped with elevators. The entire district was decorated like a small park within the city. The space it occupied was quite large, and passing through all four of the A, B, C, and D areas of Mingyuan district would be nearly a kilometer of distance. No one knew how many people had yet to retreat from the large number of buildings, as they believed that being in tall buildings would keep them safe. The fences around the Mingyuan district were useless. Mo Fan could see a few of them already broken down, which meant there were definitely some magical beasts inside this relatively large area. After passing through the back door of the area, a pond came into view. A security guard's body was floating there, and the water in the pond had turned crimson red. The heavy rain had begun to slow, making the bloodstains in the city increasingly harder to clean. Seeing these bloodstains everywhere, the vanguard squad all got goosebumps as they passed through. "Do you hear that? There's something yelling in this building," Zhuman whispered to Mo Fan. Mo Fan walked toward one of the buildings. Through the glass, he could vaguely see a shadow that did not belong to a human pass by the window. "Let's hurry up and move forward," Mo Fan said without investigating further. Zhuman nodded, no longer daring to say anything else. After a few more steps, Zhang Xiaohou, who was searching for a path forward, returned in haste. "There are more than 5 colossal-eyed ape rats ahead. We must go around," Zhang Xiaohou told them. "All right, let's use another road," Mo Fan agreed, patting Zhang Xiaohou's shoulder to show he had done a good job. Zhang Xiaohou forced a smile. If he didn't make himself grow in this kind of environment, then he would only become a burden to the squad. He was prone to panic, but seeing Mo Fan still able to respond cool-headedly made him subconsciously feel braver. After going around the 5 rats, they passed through half of the district. The entire process was threatening but not dangerous. "There's a colossal-eyed ape rat drinking by the swimming pool. We'll go around it. Why? We can clearly kill it and then directly pass through this place," Zhang Xiaohou said, puzzled. "Don't fight insignificant battles. Currently, our mana is more precious than water in a desert." The 9 of them safely passed through Mingyuan district. Considering that there was a large group following behind, Mo Fan also chose a route that was relatively spacious and sensible, so they wouldn't get congested and attract an attack from a group of magical beasts, which would be dangerous. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share and subscribe.